The following Let's Play has been rated for mature audiences only. Any attempts to break the game are for entertainment value only. However, if any typos happen to be found... One word of caution though, you probably aren't going to be very good until you get a little experience. Yeah, we shall see about that. Hello everyone! Welcome back to this game. When we last left off, I took the time to do the cooking quest in order to acquire the Supreme Cologne, which is required in order to marry people. And now I'm taking the time to catch up back to where I was because I reset the game, or I loaded an old save file rather, so that I could go through this romantic quest with a better cologne and get more rank points. And the reason why I'm showing this off, this is not going to be a real episode per se. Basically, all I'm going to do here is go through all the people I flirted with and show off their differences, because, as it turns out, they're quite different. For example, Zinnia, the cook. Whenever I spoke with her with the good cologne, this was her message. Hehe, you are just so adorable, aren't you? And now, it's a little bit more like this. The way you just looked at me. I've dreamed all my life about someone looking at me like that. That's pretty different. And of course, now that I have the Supreme Cologne, my rank goes up by 10 instead of 4. Next up is Joseph the Artist. Originally, he said, huh? You're a cutie pie, there's no denying it. But, And now he says, you know, I never noticed before, but you have the loveliest eyes. And this is basically all we're going to be doing for this video, is finding out what happens if I talk to these people with the Supreme Cologne instead of the good cologne. The next episode will be continuing where I left off for real. Or where I was before. Basically, you probably know what I mean. If you don't know what I mean, you'll find out. I don't feel like explaining it. Anyway, next up is Ursus. Originally, he said, if I were only about 40 years younger. And this time, he's a bit more optimistic. I can't whistle. Sorry. You are definitely one not to overlook, and you almost make me forget how old I am. Almost. I just can't get that look you just gave me out of my head. I guess my better judgment, let's go out and have dinner one night, okay? And then there's Hugo the Priest. Originally he came out as a bit of a prude. Yes, you're very cute, but I'm still far too busy to be interested in flirting. There's lots of people yet to help. Things are a bit different this time. I don't know what to say. I guess I never allowed myself to notice before, but you really do have the most attractive face. Of course, we can't forget the person who gave me the romantic quest in the first place. Say, you're getting better at this. Now this here is probably my favorite change so far. I think I need to sit down. I'm dizzy. I think it's the eyes. Yes, you have such beautiful eyes. I don't know why I never noticed it before. Now, while I wait for it to become nightfall, I'd just like to make note that I will not be doing this with everybody, because the first time I didn't do it with everybody. There were 3 people that I skipped. There was the elf and the Tang brother who I was interested in marrying, and so I was told to leave them alone because... Plus there was Fristy, or was it Frisky? I know I'm close this time. And I left her because I want to find out, just for curiosity's sake, what would happen if I tried marrying another woman. Because that's an option. Since I skipped them before, I'm going to skip them again because, first off, it's not going to be as interesting seeing their reactions if we have nothing to compare them to. And furthermore, after all, I skipped them for a reason. Anyway, it's night time now, and Brogan has come out to play, so let's find out how different he is. Heh, you're not so bad yourself, but I'm way too old for you. You'd probably be the death of me. And now it is... Alright now, it's not nice to tease a dwarf. You're gonna get me all excited. I know that look. That wasn't as interesting as I thought it would be. Who's next? Ah, yes, of course. It's my thief friend, Tempest. Yeah, you're cute. So what? I wonder, now that I have the Supreme Cologne, could I make her turn over a new leaf? Probably not, but let's find out what happens anyway. You rogue. You keep looking at me like that and... Never mind. And what? Tell me! Are you going to give up your life of crime? Probably not. No, as long as it's night, I probably could go into the cask and anchor and see how many people are there while it's nighttime. But since this is just a half episode and not everybody's going to watch it, I think I'll save it for one of the main episodes. So for the moment, we are going to go find that elf girl and find out how different she is. Hehe, I haven't been around the block that many times, but I know that look, charmer. That was her original message. Now let's find out what she's going to say now. That was redundant. Ooh, you can just look at me like that forever if you want to. No, seriously, heartbreaker. Wait, what? It continues. I know you've noticed this also, but we've gotten pretty close over the years, you and I. I think we have a lot in common, and we have great chemistry. You know, I might really go for a person like you. What? I'm gonna remain friends. I understand, it may not feel great, but I've lived a long time, and I've lived through worse. I'm just glad to have known you and to have been your friend. Okay, what? 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 That wasn't supposed to happen. Does that mean that the option to marry comes up after I flirt with so many people with the Supreme Cologne, or... I'm not sure. Let's find out what happens if I talk with somebody else. Now, at this point, I'm going to deviate from the order that I did the first time I flirted, because I wound up sleeping until the day, and then I found out that, oops, I missed a couple more people during the night, and I had to wait for nightfall. I'd rather not go through that again, so we'll skip those couple of day people for the moment and go after the remaining night folk. And the first night folk we're going to talk to is Tyrus, the guy from the library. Heh, I recognize that look, even through your obvious lack of experience. And I'm flattered, but not interested, sorry. And now that I've flirted with a bunch of people with the Supreme Cologne, how different is this going to be? Is he going to request marriage? Exclamation mark! I know it's crazy, but I think we might just hit it off. Why don't we go out for dinner sometime? I don't know why I never noticed before, but you are one cute little human. Oh, so he's not human. That explains the blue skin. There's that, and now what? Nothing. Oh, that's what happened. I must have, like, hit X a second time, and... Alright. So the sequence was pretty much finished. It's just talking to the person again brings up the option for marriage. Wait a sec. Does that mean I can go ahead and talk with the people that I'm interested in marrying, and then I'd still have a chance of marrying them? Because O'Bright said that it's not, the requirements for marrying somebody does not include completing the romantic quest, just accepting it. And I have accepted it with the Supreme Cologne, and I am flirting with these people with the Supreme Cologne. So that means that now that I have the Supreme Cologne, I have the option. So now I have to wonder, if I didn't go and grab the Supreme Cologne, would I be able to go back to these people I had already flirted with before with the Supreme Cologne and still get the chance for marriage, or would I have been completely screwed over? Now let's see here. I have to tell you something, and things of this nature have never been easy for me. You see, what I have to tell you is, well, I've been seeing you around here for years, and oh hell, I know it's going to sound crazy, but I'm just going to come out and say it. I think I've fallen in love with you. No. Ah, I see. Well then, friends, we shall remain. I'm glad to know that I at least had the vision to see what a truly remarkable person you are. I'm certain that the person you decide to marry will be very happy. Yeah. Well, now I'm wondering here. I'll wonder in a moment. For now, we got one more night person to flirt with. Besides the night elf. The one night elf that I was interested in. Huh. I might have to wonder sooner than I'd like. But anyway, this person. We can flirt with this person. Oh, okay. I get it. You wanna... Never mind. I don't get it. And now that I had the Supreme Cologne, Lauren says this. We've known each other for a while now, and, well, just, never mind. Alright, I just had to not talk to this person again. Actually, I'm wondering, after saying no to a person's interest, do I get a second chance? What happens if I flirt with, we'll try this guy again. A double flirt after I've already said no once before. Alright now, not in front of the books. Alright, so after you say you only want to be friends, you do not get a second chance to change your mind. So, make sure your first decision is in fact the decision you want. Now, the thing I'm wondering is, these people apparently request marriage right after you flirt with them. So if I went and talked with the Tang brother, the guy Night Elf, and Fristy, and then the romantic quest happened to require me talking with them again, what would that result in? Would that result in me having to make the choice right then and there? I don't know. Just in case, I'm gonna avoid talking to them for the time being, and move on with showing off the changes with the flirting. You know, this was gonna be a half episode, but this is a rather interesting discovery, so, hey, it's a whole episode. Anyway, now that I have talked with everybody at night, or everybody that I want to, it is time to sleep and go back to being daytime. By the way, even though I'm not supposed to actually access this place from the back, I find that it's a few seconds faster than going through the house to come here to sleep. So I've been cheating and going through the back door, even though I'm not supposed to be able to. So the next person we're going to be flirting with here is Maddie. Well, hello there, charmer. Hehe, I haven't gotten flirted with like that since way before my husband died. That's what she said the first time, but what does she say now? Oh, Lord! I think I need to sit down! You're making my head spin! You really are a charmer! Anyway, next up is Jadis, the Tang sister. Obviously, I'm interested in the Tang brother, so I'm not going to talk with him just yet. but what does she say? Hee hee, I think that you are flirting with me. Hee hee hee. Well, that's what she said before, but what does she say now? Hee 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 hee. Hee 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 hee. Hee 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 hee. I don't know if I did the right amount of he's, but whatever. I'm immediately reminded of that scene from Final Fantasy X. Alright, that leaves one more person that I haven't actually stuff. And that last person is Hope, who I barely even know. You're a charming one, aren't you? That said, even though I barely know her, I'm probably going to get a good reaction out of her now that I have the Supreme Cologne. Woo! Good lord! If you ain't the definition of charming, then I don't know what is. Is it getting hot out here, or what? The way she talks sounds kind of tomboyish. Anyway, that's it. That's all the people that I've talked to the first time I flirted. I still wonder if I should go ahead and talk with those 3 other people that I didn't bother with before. Just in case, though, I decided to go ahead and save. And then, you know what? Let's go ahead and talk with those 3 people anyway. Oh, one of them is at night. We'll worry about that later. When it gets closer to night. For now, we're going to end this episode here. This episode had a bit more of a revelation than I thought it would. So I guess it's a full episode. It was intended for it to be an episode that most people could just skip. But that was pretty significant. People can ask to marry them now. That's interesting. It's too bad I don't have the old save file from before I got the clone. Oh wait, yes I do. I have a save file from before I got the clone. Oh wait. But if I wanted to find out what would happen if I flirted with them with good cologne and then talked to them with the Supreme Cologne, that would mean having to go through the cooking quest again. So, yeah, we're not going to be finding that out. Instead, we're just going to end this episode here, and next time, I am going to continue from where I left off the first time I tried flirting. I'll see ya then.